Welcome to the public input meeting for the North Dakota Highway 17 Major Rehabilitation Project. The Department of Transportation has decided to move forward with the reconstruction of North Dakota Highway 17 because of existing deficiencies on the roadway. Firstly, the existing roadway width is less than the 26-foot roadway standard width. Secondly, the roadway doesn't have enough structural capacity, which results in load restrictions. Lastly, rapid deterioration of the roadway after the recent overlays in both 2010 and 2018 have shown that the roadway will not hold up to the required uses and has resulted in high maintenance costs. The project the DOT has identified along ND17 is from its junction with ND1 east to the intersection of County Road 11A going to Adams. This roadway project mainly consists of widening the roadway to 35 feet, adding 10 inches of cement stabilized base material, and 3.5 inches of asphalt surface. Widening will result in work happening outside of the right-of-way. However, we do not anticipate having to buy additional land for the roadway. We expect that the work outside of the roadway right-of-way will consist only of approach road reconstruction to accommodate the widened roadway. This will take place through North Dakota DOT's Rural Approach Reconstruction Agreement, or RAMA for short. You can find a brochure discussing the landowner's rights, privileges, and obligations in the additional materials link next to this presentation. This part of North Dakota has significant wetlands. The areas hatched in red on this image represents the wetlands delineated in just one section of the project. The widening of the roadway will impact many of these wetlands. North Dakota DOT is required to mitigate all wetland impacts by constructing new wetlands to replace the impacted ones. Ideally, this would take place near or adjacent to the project site. If there are any property owners near ND17 that are willing to sell land for wetland mitigation purposes, please contact me. My contact information will be available at the end of this presentation. This project also needs to find earth material to widen the roadway. I encourage any property owners along ND17 that would be willing to sell dirt material for this project to contact me. ALJ Engineering performed a traffic operations study of this corridor to identify any further operational needs this segment of roadway may have. Firstly, the level of service indicates how busy a roadway is, level of service A being the least congested, and level of service F being where there are so many cars that the roadway is unable to function. Our study indicated that this roadway functions at level of service A at all times, both now and in the future year of 2045. We also reviewed roadway elements that would warrant right or left-hand turn lanes. Both resulted in the determination that turn lanes are not required on this project. Next, we reviewed collision data to identify crash trends that could be mitigated with changes to the roadway. Over the 5-year study period, there were very few crashes and there were no crash trends identified. Lastly, roadway geometrics were reviewed. This identified that the County Road 11A intersects ND17 at a 36-degree angle. National standards indicate that where practical, roadways should not intersect at less than a 75-degree angle. To remedy this, County Road 11A would have to be realigned. The decision to include this work in the project has not been made yet. This decision will be made by the DOT at the end of the environmental permitting process. Factors that will influence the decision include crash history, traffic volumes, and public opinion. The traffic operations study has shown that both the crash history and traffic volumes do not indicate a need for the improvements to this intersection. But if you have concerns regarding this intersection, please share those with me. My contact information will be at the end of this presentation. This project is moving forward to have a completed plan set for bidding by November 1st of 2023. Per that schedule, we anticipate this project completing the bidding process by March or April of 24, with construction beginning in spring of 24. Please note that these dates are preliminary and are subject to change. As I mentioned earlier, my contact information is provided on this slide. Please contact me with any questions or comments about this project, or if you have property that you would be willing to sell for wetland mitigation, or dirt that you'd be willing to sell to widen the roadway. In closing, there is additional materials link located next to this presentation. I would appreciate it if viewers would follow this link and complete the Title VI survey and sign-in sheet. Thank you for participating in the public input process for the North Dakota Highway 17 reconstruction project.